I'll start off. Shout out to the Fever and Coach White for getting it done last night and moving on against Vegas. I think they've done a hell of a job. It's fun to watch them play. Obviously, they've been through some adversity with some injuries, and it's the next person up for them. So it's been fun, and wish them all the best of luck in the next round for sure. And then regards, Mooney's still in the protocol, but progressing well, and we'll see how it goes.
What's left for him? Is it the independent?
Yeah. Yep, got to pass that. Yeah.
No one's ruled out.
No one's ruled out right now.
Hey Shay, just with the Fever, just as a coach, what do you like about them being able to, get it done late, like, when it matters most, and they kind of rise to the occasion?
Yeah, no doubt. I thought it was awesome to find a way to win there. It shows just the grittiness, the toughness, the resilience that they're playing with right now. You can see they're all playing together. So it's exciting for them. It's exciting for the city.
Was Tyler just feeling the toe after the game? Or
Yeah.
Will you have to manage his workload on Sunday at
all? We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
With Latu, did you guys kind of go back and forth on whether or not he could have played last week? Or?
A little bit. I mean, it was just he was feeling it a little bit last week, so we wanted to get him, through that last week, and then obviously this week, just monitor him this week.
Hamstrings can be. Did you have to kind of tread lightly this week with him, or was he able to open it up?
He was pretty good. I mean, like I said, we limited him during the week, but he felt good.
Do you feel the need to emphasize division games differently?
100%. I think championships start in the division. All games are important, but division games go a little harder. And I think our team understands that, and especially going on the road in a hostile environment, we got to be all over it. Communication, in and out of the huddle, defensively, offensively, special teams. It's going to be a big game for us.
What do you see from Tanner Portali through the first two games? I know he started games last year, but taking on more of that leadership role this year.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. I think he's grown as a player, as a person, going into his second year. I think the communication up front has been tremendous. Like I said, I go back, Tony does a great job with those guys in that meeting room and on the practice field, getting them ready for all the different looks. And I think he's done a great job taking on that role as the starting center, and we've got to continue that week to week.
How do you think Tony has been able to help guys go from here to here? It seems like, we all draft anybody, bring somebody in.
I think Tony does a great job of reaching every player. Obviously, he gets to learn the player first as a person, and then knows what makes that player tick and whatnot, and then gets the most out of them and puts them in advantageous situations for them to be successful with all the stuff that goes on up front with the communication. All five of those guys, different looks you'll see up front. I think he does a great job explaining it. I think that's your job as a coach. You got to be a teacher first in that classroom, and I think he does a great job explaining it, clear and concise to those guys.
And what did you, feel the need on Monday to go back over the end of the game and say that you would do things differently?
Yeah, looking at that situation, I was like, well, if we can get it to the 40, great. And then I was like, boom, we got into it, and then we lost 2 yards. I'm like, man, I should have probably been more aggressive there, looking back on it in those situations. So what I said on Monday is obviously would have liked to get a lot, closer there in that situation.
Did you find it necessary to say it to your team publicly?
Absolutely. I addressed it. I took accountability with our team for sure. Anytime anything happens, whether it's me or a player, everyone's held accountable, and I'll hold myself accountable for those situations.
When Brian says end of game line, what he really means is like if you're trying to make a decision between kick or like one of those pitch plays, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think Spence has a huge leg, and he can make it from long distances. And, that's the end of game line, some of those things, whatever it may be, 45, 40, whatever it is for any kicker. And so those thoughts were going through my head there in that situation. But like I said, we had time left, timeouts, could have got it to the 35 for sure.
Hey, when you were looking at Daniel Jones, looking at tape of him with the Giants when you were deciding whether he could be the guy, what did you see in that tape that led you to believe that he could be this kind of guy?
Watching his film, watching his tape, like I said, just doing the research on him, vetting everything. His tape throughout his career has been pretty darn good. Obviously, that 1 year was huge, and watching that tape, we're there one game away from the NFC Championship game that he could play at a high level, and he's proven that. And then the ball placement, the accuracy, all those different things, and then the way he sees the game, and then getting him in the building, the conversations that we've had, myself with the staff, the players, very smart, and he sees it the right way, and he's making good decisions. So it's been really good.
He fit.
Yeah, he definitely fit. Yep.
That piece of
The way he sees the game and kind of what you guys have said about he's always looking for different answers to possibilities and stuff like that. I know you asked around, but you can't necessarily know that until you get him in the building. When do you remember thinking, oh, this is a guy who's wired to kind of discuss football the way?
I don't know, probably within the first couple of days he was here. I mean, you just talk football. Sometimes some guys can see it and obviously been around it, and you talk to them about different situations. You don't need to draw it up on the whiteboard. It's like, hey, we're thinking this versus this coverage. He's like, yep, I see it. We can hit that versus that, and if that happens, we'll do this and we'll hit that. I mean, those are the guys that can see it and talk about it without having to draw it up, and that was early as soon as he got here.
How much do you think pre-snap motion has helped him?
I think it's big. I mean, pre-snap motion in this league, whether it's just motion into motion, if you're running a base play and you want a motion, it just creates some confusion on defense sometimes. They got to communicate, and we're running a staple play. I think that's good in those situations.
Bocce practice?
Yeah.
All right, this is kind of random. Why practice indoor today?
We're playing on turf. They got the same turf we got, so I want to get those guys, get their cleats ready and ready to go.
all right.
Awesome. All right, thanks, guys.